Happy Tuesday.
Happy Travel Talk Live. Welcome back for another episode. Vanessa McGovern here.
And Meredith Hill here.
Yes, and we're so happy to be back. This is now our fifth show.
I guess
our
so.
Fifth show.
Yeah,
we're
show.
on a roll.
Woohoo.
And we want to thank everybody who has been showing up and engaging and hitting the like and love button, leaving some comments for us. We've gotten some great
If you like the show so far, give us a thumbs up so we know, or give us some love.
Yeah, hit the love or the like button. We're having a lot of fun with this show, and it's just such a fantastic way for us to sort of set the vibe and deliver great content, because if you've been in this industry for any period of time, you know that this is the greatest industry in the world. And
we're so lucky.
Right. And we just want to share really awesome content for an industry that we love.
Yes.
Right? And
yeah.
It's really a fantastic outlet. So if you're just joining Travel Talk Live for the first time, maybe you heard about it, you saw it shared from somebody else's profile, and you're like, what is this? And you're just joining us. We thank you for joining us. Meredith, maybe just share a little bit about what it is. Why are we doing Travel Talk Live?
Travel Talk Live, we came up with the 3 E's, which it is our Travel Talk Live is our platform for delivering 3 E's. Entertainment, because this is a fun industry.
Yeah.
Energy, to energize you guys.
Yes.
And to educate, which is also very important, because as business owners, they don't really teach you how to do that in school, right? Or even in college. Yes, you could probably major in entrepreneurship, but for the most part, no one's really teaching you how to be a business leader and have success as a solo entrepreneur, or maybe you're not even a solo entrepreneur.
Right.
But
and we find, having been business coaches now in the travel industry for many, many years, that a lot of travel industry educational outlets and resources, although totally amazing, are very product focused.
Right.
So they're very focused on delivering certification programs that are destination focused or cruise focused or tour focused or something specific to the product. And you do need that. You absolutely need product training. But what you need more of, and what is sorely lacking, what we find, is marketing and business education. And so Travel Talk Live, that's really at the foundation, at the heart of what we want to talk about. Today, actually, we're going to really get into some real good business nuggets for a topic that I think is really relevant to so many different travel businesses out there. So that's Travel Talk Live. So if you love the content and you're looking forward to hearing what we have to say, go ahead and press the like or love button. And if you have an idea for a topic that you'd like for us to expand upon, go ahead and leave a comment here in this thread. So Travel Talk Live, if you're just joining us, is hosted and powered by the Global Institute for Travel Entrepreneurs, affectionately known as GIFT with an E. And GIFT, only Chris Austin's allowed to say that. So Meredith Hill founded GIFT in January of 2011. So it's now 7.5 years strong, and we are a membership community, and we have group coaching programs, private coaching programs, and we have a membership model which you can stick your toe in very easily. It starts at $19.99 a month, and you can learn more about GIFT by going to travelbusinessandthelletteru.com. So go visit us, check us out, see what we're all about. And speaking of GIFT, this brings us to our next segment, which we always love to start the show out with a member shout out. I love member shout outs. You love member shout outs, because whenever we talk about member shout outs, we get lots of likes and love. So Meredith, would you like to do the honors of member shout out of the week?
I would love to. So our member shout out of the week goes to someone who is relatively new to the industry.
Very new.
So that goes to show you don't have to be in the industry, highly experienced, and doing and killing something to be
rocking it, maybe.
Rocking it, probably a better way to say that, yes. But you don't have to be rocking it to qualify. We just want to encourage you to take action, to
inspired action.
Exactly.
As you teach.
We're teaching things all day, every day, right?
Yes.
There's definitely not a shortage of content from us. But we just love when we see people put into action, and despite the fear, despite the overwhelm, despite
not knowing all the
answers. So that's what today's member shout out is all about today, is someone who is new to the industry, someone who does have some time constraints because
a family
She
situation.
has a family situation, which
A
I'll
good
say in a
situation,
second.
yes.
But she took action anyway, and I know it was inspired action. So our member shout out goes to Tamika Korn
Woohoo!
of Sunkissed Vacations. Isn't that a great name? I love that. Sunkissed Vacations.
Tamika Korn.
Tamika actually went through our sister company's travel MBA program.
Yes.
So she is a incredibly good student.
Yes.
You know, you give her
Congratulations.
instructions, she follows accordingly. But Tamika is also a brand new mom, and
Yes.
she's got the most adorable little baby.
Very adorable.
Oh my gosh.
It was a Book More Travel Workshop baby.
Yes.
She brought the baby to the event. Many of us got to meet this adorable baby.
He is so cute.
Yes.
He's such a cutie pie. So if you search her on Facebook or something, definitely look at her
Yes.
mama photos.
And Sunkissed Vacation has some baby appearances too.
But the
on
reason
Instagram.
why she
we
is
selected Tamika.
our member shout out of the week is because she exhibited at a trade show this week.
Yes.
And she was very nervous
Very,
and
very,
very
and yet she
overwhelmed and very
still
freaked out and
did
all
it.
kinds of stuff.
She did it. You
And
did it,
she
Tamika.
did it. And
And
she
you were fabulous.
followed instructions, and she had a great experience. And
Yeah.
she even posted internally that she had a great time. She was so nervous, but as she started to talk to people, it just all flowed and
Yes.
it was good. And she's so glad she
Yes,
did it.
and
so.
she didn't let the nerves get the better of her. We come across travel professionals that have been doing this business for years and have not gotten up the courage to do a trade show. And it can be scary, especially if you're the kind of person that thinks of things very linearly and you want this to be in place, that to be in place, or you have to have taken this trip, or I would never exhibit and talk about river cruising because I've never been on a river cruise
Right.
before. No, you got to do it. You're an entrepreneur. Like, one of the characteristics of highly successful entrepreneurs is just to do it.
Yeah.
And to take action, course correct, do it despite whatever conditions. So Tamika, you've totally embraced entrepreneurship during a big moment in your life. You've become a mom. You're a new mom. And I know that you are making these decisions from an amazingly big heart-centered place because you want to live your life by design for your child and to create this for your family. And we just think the world of you, and we're so excited for all your amazing momentum.
I totally agree with that.
Yes.
I often forget, I got into entrepreneurship, and I think a lot of you got into entrepreneurship for the same reason, is we want to, as you said, live our life by design.
That's why I quit my full-time gig.
Exactly.
Very stable,
you don't want to be
very
on
well
somebody
paid
else's schedule.
full-time gig
You
when
don't want to
Ethan
be
turned
on
1.
somebody else's demands, right?
Yeah.
You want to do what you want, when you want, how you want. That's why we all signed up for Entrepreneurship Week, and it comes with
entrepreneurship.
It comes with its what's the word?
Pitfalls,
Pitfalls,
challenges.
Exactly.
But hey, so does the other side.
So does
of
the
it,
other side, and it's so worth it.
Yeah.
And we value at Gift amongst our team. We value family. We value, everything comes first in terms of your family, your kids, being able to do it all. We really do believe you can do it all, and that's what entrepreneurship does.
I took Friday off to volunteer at Ethan's school, right?
Yes.
And it was such a rewarding experience. My son loved having me there, and I was like, this is awesome. I was very overwhelmed by taking the kids to lunch. I'm like, I'm so glad I don't have to do this every day. But it was wonderful, and I could do that.
Yeah.
Because I'm an entrepreneur, and I scheduled it, and it was all good.
And it doesn't have to be, the way the corporate life is, or, it doesn't have to be hard or difficult, or it can be fun.
Yep.
It can be, I wouldn't
So
say
rewarding.
effortless, but it can be easy.
And if you're scheduling things properly,
if you're and you have the right mindset,
if you're
truly
truly creating your life and business by design, then there is a structure to it, but it's a structure that is congruent to you and your lifestyle.
Yeah, create the structure.
You create the structure, and then you're taking the afternoon off for this, or taking the day off for that, or putting your kids first, or picking them up from school. I mean, it all works. Because it's your structure.
And when you are working, it's not work.
Right.
Because you're doing what you love.
Yeah, when you're inspired, you're never tired.
Exactly.
Yeah, so Tamika, you've just given us a wonderful springboard of beautiful conversation here for Travel Talk Live. If you love your life by design and you love your travel business, give it a like and a love. And so we picked Tamika not just because she's awesome, but it also gives us an opportunity to sort of elaborate on this whole conversation around consumer shows because Tamika did it so beautifully, and we just really kind of want to chat a little bit about that for the tip of the week.
Our business tip.
Yeah, our business tip of the week. So if you've tuned into Travel Talk Live so far, you know we've kind of been following a little bit of a structure here, and so member shout out is first, or our business tip of the week. So let's do a business tip of the week as it pertains to consumer shows. So typically in our industry, especially for those of you that just get in, what we do is I find that a lot of agents do bridal shows. That's
I want to take a step back first and talk about why it's important to do shows.
Yes, please.
Okay,
let's
so
talk about
why
that
would
first.
you?
Why would you even
where
do
does
it?
that fall in the marketing plan, the marketing systems? Where does that fall in the grand scheme of things?
Doing a consumer show.
Doing a consumer show is one of the most effective ways to list build.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, add new contact names and email addresses to your list that you should be housing somewhere, so that you're constantly building your prospects. Your platform of prospects. Mm-hmm. And I don't care if you've been in business for 6 months. I don't care if you've been in business for 60 years. You will always have to list build. Mm-hmm. It is so important to put list building on your priority list.
And by list building, we mean the names and emails of your prospects.
Exactly.
Preferably even physical mailing addresses, although that can change. Mm-hmm. And so
And if you don't list build, your business is going to die eventually.
Yeah.
So that's why it's that important.
Yeah. It was as dramatic as that sounds.
List building.
It's the truth. It's the lifeblood of your business. In fact, as business coaches, Meredith and I can really identify the success of a business, or where the holes are, or where the opportunities are, very quickly, simply by looking at the health of the email list.
Yeah.
It's a very strong indicator.
And what we're saying in this piece of advice that we're giving you to always be list building is an enormous blind spot for travel entrepreneurs, and it's because no one's telling them to list build. Nobody. Your supplier is not telling you to do that. Your supplier is saying, here's some great information.
Beautifully designed
Send it to
brochure,
your clients.
but
send it to your prospects.
You don't have any
if you
people
don't
to send it to. You need to have a list.
But you think you're marketing because they're giving you all these materials, and so you think the marketing's checked off the list.
But guess what? It's not your supplier's job to get you a client.
Yes.
That's not their job. That's your job. And they're doing their job, which is to provide you with professional, beautifully designed marketing pieces that you can use, whether it's email or physical, or your consortia is doing that for you too. They are doing their job. Your job is to go to things like a consumer show that we're talking about here, to list build. And one little piece of advice too, and this is a big business tip of the week, we're kind of going all over the place, but it's all good because it's really good stuff here, is when Meredith says list build, remember, a lot of travel agency owners, at the heart of what she's saying is first name, last name, email, period. First name, last name, email, in an organized autoresponder system. Now, it's very easy for us as travel business owners, myself included, I'm totally guilty of shiny object syndrome with social media. Social media is a fantastic way to list build. That's a totally different topic. We'll talk about that on another show. But remember, at the end of the day, social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, whatever, it's all rented. And as many of you know that have built up your likes on a fan page, Facebook could change the algorithm, and then it limits your ability to communicate with those followers. When you are list building the way Meredith is describing with names and emails, you own that marketing asset. So you should always be driving people to opt into something that requires them to give you their name and email, or standing in front of them at a consumer show. I keep going to this paper because our little notes are here, that you're then collecting names and emails.
Yeah. So the business tip of the week is use consumer shows. There's so many people that should be doing these shows and that are not. Use consumer shows as one form of list building throughout your marketing year. Absolutely. It's a fantastic use it's a marketing vehicle for list building.
If you're not sure shows, and say you're challenged geographically, meaning like you can't really travel any more than you already are, and your niche is a little bit broad, one great resource to figuring out shows that you could possibly exhibit at is go to your local convention center website. Right? You live in a big city, go to the convention center's website, or go to the hotel. I know, like the Westin, for example, lots of Westins have convention centers attached to it. So go to those hotels that have convention centers, or just the general convention center, and go and look at the shows that are going to be coming to your city, whether they could be very niche specific, like Comic-Con or something like that, or it could be like the Home and Garden show, or, I mean, you think that those aren't obvious. Well, actually, let's just say you want to specialize in special interest groups. Like, why wouldn't you go to Comic-Con?
Why wouldn't you?
And have a booth, or maybe the scuba
specialize...
diving conference is coming to town.
Or if you want to specialize in a profession, you want to be of service to
lawyers
or doctors.
And there's an anesthesiologist conference coming to town.
Pharmaceutical salespeople.
That there's we had a member once exhibit at the administrative assistants conference.
Right.
So this agent got in front of all these admins, professional assistants, personal assistants, all these high level executives, and that was a great opportunity for her. So it's very niche, but it's really a great way to put yourself in front. A lot of people just default to bridal shows, I have to say.
They do. And that's okay. That can work.
If that is your niche, then that is what you should do, romance. But don't just think about that.
And if you're not doing romance, that means you should still be doing shows. They don't mean they don't have to be bridal shows, but do shows anyway. Do food and wine.
Well, we had a member, Deborah Harris, recently, a month or so ago, exhibited at a winery conference that was a specific show for owners of wineries. It wasn't a food and wine festival. It was a business conference for owners of wineries.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
It was very cool.
So many endless things.
Yes.
So
all right.
That's really the tip of the week.
But that takes us to the mindset tip of the week.
Yes.
Because I think it's really important to have a mindset shift when you decide, to do this. When you decide to use this vehicle to list build for your business. And the mindset tip is, I think, what we see often is people are like, okay, I've signed up for the show. I've invested this amount of money. I'm going to do it. How many business cards should I get? I'm going to be giving away lots of business cards. Should I be creating a brochure to give away? How many should I order? How many should I print?
Yeah.
And there's this default that you want to have all kinds of stuff at your table and you want to give it all out and you want to just
like
get as many people. Yeah, clutter of brochures.
It's such a clutter.
And the mindset shift, which is the same as the mindset shift when you're coming up with your own message and your branding, is you don't want to come from a place of getting, or actually it's the opposite, isn't it? This is the only time it turns itself around. You want to come from a place of giving what you have, not getting something from those people, not getting business, not getting, a booking from those people. But the other way to look at it is when it comes to exhibiting and how many brochures you should be giving out and how many business cards you should be getting in people's hands, no, it's not what you want. Your focus should be list building. So how are you going to get their name and email address? You got to be creative. As Vanessa will teach you in her excellent sales skills.
Thank you.
The first thing you want to do is get curious with them.
Yes.
The way that you start a conversation with people, anyone, even if they don't look interested, is to get curious and start a conversation with them and be curious with them and build rapport, right? Vanessa always gives a tip that, like, if someone's walking by and you're having a hard time getting traffic to your little table, maybe comment on something they're wearing. Oh, I like those glasses. Yeah. Where'd you get those? You don't have to talk about your business. You just have to start building rapport.
Carrying some, a glass of wine that they found at whatever booth, and you don't see any. You can be like, oh, where did you get that? Who's giving out wine at their booth? Or oh my gosh, you were at that booth. How was it? Just comment on something.
Yeah. So when you're doing a show, I really want you to shift your mindset from needing to give out as many brochures or business cards or whatever it is as possible to getting names and email addresses on your list. It's that simple. You're not there to sell trips. You are not there. You got to think about where you are in the sales process. You're at the very beginning of the sales process.
And I love your switch of when that's not relevant for getting versus giving. But even though it's counterintuitive based on what we're saying, that's why a lot of people go into it thinking, I need to get business.
Yeah,
I am going
exactly.
to do this show so I can get business. And if I don't, so when you're coming from that place, your interactions with the people are that much, they kind of have a desperate vibe. Because you're feeling like all this anxiety that you've invested in the show, you've invested in your time, you spent all this time on your marketing materials and all these things, and you work so hard, and you had to organize the babysitter for the kids, and your husband this, and all these personal things are swirling around in your head. And you're like, if I don't get something out of this show, and even if if you have that feeling, right, it's you're gonna ooze that desperate vibe.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
So your focus should be, you have something of value to share with the world.
You absolutely
have something
do.
that's beautiful and precious and wonderful and amazing, but not everybody needs it.
Right.
And but how are the people who do need it going to learn about you unless you tell everyone what you have to share?
And let's use Tamika as an example.
Yeah.
What is the most, what is the thing that she has right now that's so valuable despite her inexperience in the industry? She's just been in the industry for a year. She's learning. She's definitely attended lots of webinars. She's come to live events. So she's soaking it in, and she's got access to resources. But still, can be nerve-wracking. So what is it that she has a value? She's a new mom.
Yeah.
And she's trying to inspire other couples, because it was an event that she attended for expectant moms or new moms, to learn about basically, all the things in that trend that are trending in that segment. I know I went to some of those baby shows too, and they're super helpful. But what she's giving is her unbridled, authentic passion. She's in the same place of life as all these other moms, and she's going to inspire them. You know what? So you just had a baby.
Make time for yourself.
You gotta make time for yourself and your significant other. And you still gotta travel. You can still take a trip with your kid or without your kid. And I'm here to help you.
Yeah.
And that's what she has to
that
offer.
Is so much more
valuable.
Attractive. That is so much more magnetic. Because what she's doing is she's sharing her values and beliefs and philosophy with other people.
That's
and
way better.
She's also she is very clear on what she's really good at, and she knows what she's really good at, and she knows that she has that gift because she is on this planet to help other people with that gift. But she can't help other people with that gift if she doesn't put herself out there. Exactly. So that's the whole point of the show. So the mindset shift really is, don't try to get business out of it. Do it to put yourself out there, to give and share your gift, and the right people will be attracted to you.
Yes.
But also, maybe more back to the business tip is, do not give out brochures. Do not give out business cards. That's not what you want to do.
And don't have somebody else's brand plastered all over your booth.
Yes. That too. Because what you really want to do is give people a reason to give you their name and email address. And honestly, you want a reason that's going to appeal to your ideal client, not everybody. So if you give away $25,000, or at least a chance to win $25,000, everybody wants that, right? So everyone's going to enter. Yeah. But if you're at a food and wine show and you love red wine and anyway, you love wine and cheese, and you're really good at knowing what's the best wine and the best cheese. Put together a basket that people who have such an affinity for and such a connoisseurance for good wine, good cheese,
and
put together that basket.
We've been down the road.
Yes,
we've made the mistake, right? So we're not we're talking to you from experience here. Like, we've exhibited at shows. When we first started exhibiting together for Gift, remember we invested in this thing where people could, it was a lottery hole in one thing that people use.
It was like a safe.
Yes, the safe. It was crack the code. That's what it was.
Safe.
And if they cracked the code, they could win $10,000.
It was it might have been 25. Well, whatever.
It was a high amount.
It was a lot of money.
And we were at a travel industry event, to meet other travel agents. And guess what? The people that cracked the code and that came over to meet us, they didn't care about meeting us.
They didn't care about meeting us.
They did not care about.
They just wanted to win money.
Awesome,
or at least try to win money.
Amazing information that we could share with them. They didn't care that we were business coaches, that we could genuinely help them with they didn't care. They just wanted to see if they could win.
Yeah.
And it didn't feel good at the
One
end,
of my
right?
favorites, that didn't feel good. Here's an example of a really clever giveaway, and this is for the bridal market. I can't remember who did it. You probably remember who did it. But basically, she gave away, it was a Kate Spade bag.
Oh, it was Amy Pearson Jensen. I do.
And it was an engagement ring for the O.
Yeah.
The O in I do was a beautiful engagement ring. From Smitten Honeymoons. That's right. Amy Pearson Jensen. She gave away this gorgeous Kate Spade bag, and all they needed to do was give her their name and email address to enter in to win, and she would notify the winner by email the next day.
Yeah. Jennifer Round of Sladen's Travel, I love what she always does at kids' luggage.
Oh, yeah.
At family festivals. So she showcases this really cool piece of luggage for children for travel.
It has wheels on it.
It's super
they can
fun,
sit and ride on it.
And they can put their names and emails and enter in to win that. So that feels relevant
and aligned. Right? It's something that's going to be aligned with what your ideal prospect would want.
As opposed to gimmicky, which is what we did, and it just did not work.
Yeah.
So don't do that. Don't do what we did like 6 years ago. We've learned.
We made the mistake and learned.
And as business coaches here for Gift, we have the benefit of hearing in the trench stories and coaching a lot of our agents in consumer show strategy. So we've really come to identify what's working.
Yep.
And this is what's working. Keeping your booth super clean and super simple.
Yeah.
I've really started to notice at trade shows that I've attended for Gift that the banners that you think everybody needs to have, it's actually become super distracting. And I actually traveled to Vancouver to Travel Marketplace. We'll actually talk about that because I'm actually going to see many of our listeners here to Travel Marketplace in Toronto next week. I didn't want to lug all of our banners all the way to Vancouver, and long story short, basically our banners look like they're firearms, and so I have all these extended screenings, and I really didn't want to go through that. So I got with the concierge, and they loaned me this beautiful centerpiece, and I had this nice frame with the and a nice simple tablecloth. I will tell you, I had so many people come up to me and tell me how beautiful the booth looked.
Yeah.
And I was like, what?
Yeah.
It's so simple.
It doesn't have to be complicated.
I had no banners.
The more simple,
Everybody had banners. I was the only one. And I stood out because I didn't have the banners. So I feel really strongly that there's something to be said for that. So think about that. Declutter. Keep it, have a beautiful tablecloth.
It's not about
your logo.
The materials. It's about building rapport, starting the conversation.
Don't make it so cluttered.
Having a giveaway that they're going to really want.
Yeah.
Your ideal prospect is going to really want.
And the other thing too with Lisa, I saw Lisa Fletcher doing this one time when I helped her, and Tamika just did this now. Have sample itineraries instead of brochures, and print them out 8.5 by 11 with a really nice frame, and she had 4 on her booth, and it just gave examples of the type of trip she was curating.
That's awesome.
More than a brochure.
All right, we're out of time, so we got to get to the last bit, which is news in travel. All right, so our news in travel this week is we are announcing that we are opening registration for Travel Entrepreneurship Week.
2018.
This
is now going to be our 3rd year in a row doing Travel Entrepreneurship Week.
And we are so excited about this year's Travel Entrepreneurship Week.
It's amazing.
We came up with titles for all 9 sessions yesterday in the office. So it's going to be awesome. We're going to be talking about using Canva to upgrade your brand. We're going to be talking about Facebook Live and how to boost your business using
Instagram.
Really what would we call it? Getting from friends to clients.
Yep.
Using Facebook Live.
And then Instagram
awesome
copywriting with Emily.
To host or not to host. Jen's going to talk about when it's time to get your own IATA number.
If it makes sense for your business to get it.
So anyway.
Travel Entrepreneurship Week starts. Mark your calendar, June 18th. Go to travelentrepreneurshipweek.com. travelentrepreneurshipweek.com. Registration is now officially open, so you definitely want to register. So that put it in your calendar, June 18th. When you register, you'll also be invited to a pop-up Facebook group that's only going to be open we're going to open it up closer to the time of Travel Entrepreneurship Week, and then through Travel Entrepreneurship Week. And if you're registered and not just kind of on the fan page watching the content, because we are going to deliver it here on the fan page. We're going to deliver bonus content also for those of you in the pop-up group. So you definitely want to get registered. TravelEntrepreneurshipWeek.com. It's just a week full
of the best of the best.
Amazing, relevant content to help you grow your business for true entrepreneurs in travel. For those of you that are serious about running a profitable business, this week is for you. You don't have to travel anywhere. We're going to be running Facebook Lives on the fan page all week long of the week of June 18th at noon and and 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So go ahead and register. You will not be disappointed.
TravelEntrepreneurshipWeek.com.
It's going to be totally
we have
amazing.
An interesting perspective, right? We work with hundreds, if not thousands, of travel agents every single year. And we get to see what's working and what's not. And so this is our opportunity to share with you the best of the best.
Yes.
The best strategies in marketing, the best strategies in business building, the best strategies in mindset even.
And speaking of working with travel agents, we are working with one right now as
Exactly.
this show is being delivered to you. So we are working with Kathleen Sullivan, and she's just an absolute pleasure. She's part of our Travel Entrepreneur Success Academy, and she's here in the office with us right now. So this was pre-recorded. And Kathleen's with us, and so she's one of our clients. And so for next week for Travel Talk Live, I will not be with you. Right? You will have a guest. Stay tuned for that special announcement.
Put it in your calendar.
To
12
showcase
o'clock next Tuesday.
another client, another member that we work with.
Yeah.
So just to enhance the ways that Gift delivers the experience of staying energized and educated, and what's our third one? Entertained. Yes. And our guest that we'll be featuring next week will definitely entertain.
Yes, I would agree with that.
So for everybody joining us for our 5th episode of Travel Talk Live, thank you so
much, everybody.
If you loved this content, go ahead and leave a comment below in the thread. Give a like, give a love, give another shout out and a high five with the like and love for Tamika Korn. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We'll see you soon.